Hello, RoahmMythril here once again, getting back to Imperishable Night. And what we have to look at this time are some Last Word spell cards. We're going to be looking at these in replay mode. Last Words, and spell practice in general, are features I really wish were in more of the Touhou games. It's kinda nice having that little visual library of spell cards you can look at anytime you want, as well as being able to practice against them. And also, the Last Word cards are a nice little challenge. Meeting the unlock requirements for them, and getting to try playing against them, it was really fun, and I would have loved to have seen them in more of the games. I think 10 Desires at least featured spell practice again, but I don't know if it actually had Last Words. Feel free to inform me on that. I've never actually played that one. So anyway, I have 6 Last Word cards that I've actually managed to defeat, so let's have a look at those. First up, we have Blind Nightbird. This one is Misty's last word, and it makes full use of her night blindness effect, so get ready to panic. Yeah, this one reduces your vision very quickly and rather ridiculously, so just keep firing and dodge those bullets and hope for the best, basically. It's all about not panicking and being very happy that the border team has a smaller hitbox than the others. This one is definitely a thing. The bullets quickly layer on, and, yeah. It gets close very quickly. Next up, we have Ancient Duper. Yes, even Tay gets a spell card. And from looking at this one, I think we can be happy that she doesn't normally. Laser Tunnel. This one's all about trapping you. You basically have to know how to direct that laser tunnel, get in there, and dodge those waving bullets. Yeah, this is a tricky one. But then what else would you expect from a trickster bunny? Yeah, my statement on Tay not using spell cards, I'm actually not sure if she has any others in this game, like if you can get to that stage on Lunatic or something. Maybe she has one as the mid-boss there. I've never gotten that far, so I don't know for sure. Feel free to correct me on that one. Next up, Emperor of the East. This one belongs to Kaine, and, whew, it is pretty but deadly. It starts out looking like one of her normal cards, but suddenly Laser Barrage. And then she starts firing out butterfly shots to go along with it. You definitely have to know the duration of those lasers. How long you can sneak through them, and at what point you can't. Fortunately, the butterfly shots are fairly slow, so they at least give you some time to adjust your position. But yeah, this one is definitely a thing. I don't know if the Werebeast form of Kaine gets her own last word, or if that's the only one she gets. Next up, Heaven Spider's Butterfly Capturing Web. Well, that's a lengthy name. And this one belongs to Erin. And apparently there was just a volume deal on lasers. Of course the lasers aren't enough, and she has to fire shots to go along with them. This one loves to trap you in a very tight area. To be honest, I'm not sure how I got through this one. This one really doesn't have much lenience in it. You practically have to be psychic about where the bullets are going to go through. Next up, Lunatic Red Eyes. This one belongs to Racen. It functions like most of her cards, really, where you basically just have to trust that a path is going to open up. Basically, just get within where her rings have disappeared, and then be ready to get back out. You can't totally ignore the larger shots, but generally they will get out of your way. You just have to know where to move. This one really felt like one of the easier ones once you know the trick to it. It's just all about knowing where to move and not panicking. It looks a lot more intimidating than it really is. And the last one I've actually been able to clear, Deflation World. Even the protagonists get last words, and this one belongs to Sakuya. Her whole gimmick is stopping time, and she will very happily use that here. When time is stopped, you cannot move, but she will gleefully fill the screen with her knives. Once she does that, basically just don't panic. So long as you keep moving before she freezes time, you should be fine. Basically, when she does stop time, she's trying to pin you in with the knives. But it seems like you have enough room to react to it. It's another of those cards that tends to look more intimidating than it really is. I actually find that one kind of fun. And, well, those are the ones that I've actually completed successfully, but we're not quite done just yet. Now, with all that being said, there are actually 3 last word cards that I've unlocked but never been able to clear, so I figure I may as well at least show an attempt against those 3. First up, oddly enough, is Wriggle. Underestimate the Stage 1 boss at your peril. Unseasonable Butterfly Storm is actually a pretty tricky card. I've actually tried this one over 100 times and never beaten it. It's one of the more straightforward Danmaku patterns, but the thing is, there are just so many bullets and so fast, it's kinda hard to parse this one. I've actually gotten this one fairly close before, but I've never completed it. So many butterflies. It kind of tries to herd you to one side. You want to stay more toward the center if you can, I think. But getting the timing right is a bit tricky. Yeah. So, haven't been able to clear that one. The next one is Kaguya's Triocean of Horai. Now this one, it starts simply enough. You have this ball of familiars in the center that starts firing out rainbow bullets that bounce off the sides back toward you. So you have to keep orbiting around it to avoid those. And then Kaguya starts to make things trickier by adding more shots to the mix. I think overall my record is I've maybe made 2 full orbits, but that's about it. I don't think you can actually destroy the familiars in the center. At the very least, you certainly don't have much time to do so. And I rather suspect if you manage to blow one of them up, she'd very quickly replace it. She's not going to make things easy for you, after all. Give this one more shot. It's another of those where the problem just really becomes precision dodging, and with so many shiny colors and such an overwhelming number of shots, yeah, this is not easy. Not in the least. Yeah, I've very barely made it a little further than that before, and that's about it. And the last one is Yomu's Paschal Moon-Reflecting Satellite Slash. That's a mouthful. Yomu's basic gimmick is that she kind of slows things down to resemble one of those anime-type samurai slashes, where all the action seems to slow down to a crawl right before a very energetic sudden slash. You have to make sure you are not in a direct vertical line with her, because she will slash straight down, and very happily mow down everything in our path. Finding a safe spot in all this chaos, yeah, that's tricky. Also, with everything slowing down as it does, it's easy to get the timing wrong. It messes up everything, basically. It's one of those that I've got the basic idea of what to do, it's just actually pulling it off that, yeah, I haven't been able to do that yet. It also doesn't feel like I'm doing as much damage to her as I feel like I should be because of that slowdown. It means that less shots are getting piled onto her than you feel like there should be. I'm not sure if it's best to really go for distance against her, or try and stay closer to her, or what, but yeah, I have never really come even close to beating this one. This is a tough one. But with that, that's pretty much all the last word cards I have available to show, and so with that, I think for now we're done with this project. And so with that, it's time to bring this project to a close. I certainly don't claim to be an expert at these sorts of games, but I had a lot of fun with this project. Imperishable Night is definitely my favorite in the Touhou series. I always liked the team mechanic. It was interesting having more playable characters than usual like this. It also doesn't hurt that this one has a lot of my favorite songs and characters, like Keine, Reisen, and Eirin. In the future, I might revisit this project, like if I get better at extra mode or get more last word cards or such. I'd also perhaps consider other Touhou games, if I can get better at them. I rather enjoyed just having a short, fun project like this to work on, though. It felt good. For now, though, it's time to move on to the next project, and as October draws near, it'll soon be time for Silent Hill 4. Oh man, yeah, that's gonna be a thing. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed the series, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well.